the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Come on now, let's go! Set,
on first down, it's Watson. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Rolling to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And they can't corral him. And some room to work. Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson, 75 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They'll go play action here with Minshew. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? And able to find Conley. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. 7 yards there and a first down. Now Leonard Fournette. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now Fournette. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
60 outlaw.
On 2nd and 9, Minshew, and his throw's going to be incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. That's already the third time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the three.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on,
one?
what does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
To throw is Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards that time. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Escaping the pressure right. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 46 yards. And the Texans push further out in front.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 5 yards on the catch there brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Here's Minshew. Man open is Keelan Cole complete. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Let's go, fellas.
After one, a 14-3 ball game.
Right there, 55. Here we go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. On the draw, this is Fournette. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. So 3rd and long. Here's Minshew. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Oh, refusing to go down. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Houston. That is something you almost never see. A punt return better than 100 yards from one end zone to the other. And the Texans push further out in front.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And it's 21-3. Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Minshew, 1st and 10. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they'll wind up getting this one. All the way down inside the 20. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 19. Looking to throw it, Minshew. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run with Fournette. And he'll get this down only to the 18. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Now Minshew. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Chris Conley there to make the grab. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Little loft on that touchdown pass and sort of dropped it in the breadbasket perfectly.
Right in the bucket, and when you're coming out of college and you're a rookie in the NFL, sometimes you forget about the different types of throws you have to make. You just rely on your fastball and throw it as hard as you can all the time. But in this situation, he understood and threw it in a spot where only his receiver was going to get it and no one else. That was pretty.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 34. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 35. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A chance to really cap off a big first half here. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans push further out in front. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating. What can still come? I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Minshew sets to throw. And he completes it to Westbrook. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? People say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now Watson eluding the pressure right. And an alley to run. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome, everyone, to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one is maybe not exactly in the bag yet, but there is definitely a big mountain to climb in this third quarter. The teams are already back out there, so let's not waste any time as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype.
And got his man complete. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Ready?
Fournette running out of the gun. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run it again with Fournette. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun is Minshew. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Let's go for it. Let's go.
So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. He's been elusive, very, very good at scrambling, over 100 yards rushing already.
Makes you think that you're going to have to change strategy on defense. That now he has commanded that you use one person on him at all times. What's that, the spy technique?
Yep.
And that's so difficult to do because most of the time I'm not a big believer in it. I think the spy usually gets beat. But in this case, I'm going to sacrifice some pass coverage and take my best, most athletic safety and put him on the quarterback.
You know that they were thinking second half comeback here. That's a big miss if they want to have a chance at that comeback.
A very big miss because time is becoming a real factor now, and they're 3 scores down.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. From the 50, it's Watson.
Well, this at least is the right eye.
That's caught inside the 20. It's a gain of 34.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. It's been an easy day for him.
And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson, but it'll be 2nd down. And he will have a touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown run. And the Texans push further out in front. The quarterback run has eaten him up all game long, and there he goes again, this time into the end zone.
And what I like about what I'm seeing, absolutely running almost with impunity. He's not worried about his body. He's not worried about sliding. He's not worried about protecting himself. He's worried about getting yardage. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got to start figuring out what these blocking schemes are and finding ways to defeat them.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the final act belonged to Deshaun Watson in his touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You heard put yourself in field position, the ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it, and even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And he's loose again. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Houston. Officially, that is a 99-yard punt return as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. What a risk he took, but it paid off. I mean, he took that punt from inside the 5 near the goal line, ran it all the way back.
And normal coaching says you let that one go. Anytime you're inside the 10-yard line, you let it hit and hopefully bounce into the end zone. But as you mentioned, he took a risk, and boy, did it pay off in a big way. I wonder if they let up a little bit going downfield, thinking that there was no way he was going to return that one.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This will be taken short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw.
That's caught inside the 20. A big pickup of 38. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins once again the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins there to make the grab as his guys continue to pour it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes are nowhere to go. Here he lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure.
That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Bill O'Brien with a call here. We'll go for 2. Back to throw. Watson sliding out of the pocket. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Oh, boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us, and they ended up going for 2 late in the game. And I asked one of the guys, why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. Well, it could also result in a melee later, though. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Back now in Houston. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. And it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. The open man is Westbrook. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll drop to throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 31-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And the Texans scoop it. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Following the fumble recovery, Watson flushed out right. Going deep for... Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 44 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've...
And he will score. It's a touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This
but
one of our
she's
guys.
singing too.
Well, she's
on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over. I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this will be incomplete. physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense, I got it.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve, and that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
Still churning. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Going deep for Hopkins. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Watson. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. He'll buy some time right. He may try and run for this. And he nearly got the 1st himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rounding, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain. Watson now to throw. This is caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
On the return, Carter. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Here's Watson. Flush to his right. Going deep for Hopkins. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some.
DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? You hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
To throw is Watson, escaping the pressure right. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Watson going, he's got him in, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.